MAN truck and bus fans. We're back with another episode of MAN QuickStop. Today we want to find out what the daily challenges are for truck drivers and also haulage companies. And we want to find out why there's a shortage of truck drivers across Europe. How can MAN as a manufacturer support drivers and haulage companies? And if you want to find out how to improve your driving style and also reduce fuel consumption, stay tuned. And finally, we're going to take a glimpse into the future of the transport industry. Lots to find out. Let's go. So I'm going to give Stuart a call now. He owns Rings Transport, a haulage company in the UK, and I'm going to ask him about his daily challenges that he faces and also the daily challenges for the transport industry as a whole in the UK. Stuart, thank you so much for joining MAN QuickStop. I'd love to hear more about your company and what you do. Who are your customers, for example?
Well, we're UK based anyway, haulier. We do a lot in the packaging industry from the southwest, so that's something that Rings Transport for some reason is grown into over the years. So heavily into packaging for the food industry. That keeps a lot of the Arctics busy. We also have many rigids in the fleet and they're on distribution in the southwest. So I think as the UK evolves, as pallet networks have taken over the country over the last 2 decades, we've become a regional haulier on smaller vehicles and a national haulier on big vehicles.
And how many trucks do you have?
60 at the moment.
Okay. How many drivers do you have?
10. No. I haven't checked for a few weeks. We've probably got, say, 70 drivers, but we're short because they work day and night, weekends, spare capacity. So we are definitely 10, 12 drivers short today.
Okay, and how does that affect your business?
You don't plan to get the vehicles working, you plan to get the drivers working. So if a guy says, or if all the drivers say, what am I doing tomorrow, boss? And you tell them, if 1 or 2 doesn't turn up, whatever they were doing, you've got to try and cover it or apologise and put it back a day.
So apart from COVID, what are the main reasons for the shortage of truck drivers?
The industry is not attractive. There's a whole situation with the drivers leaving the country. But the only plus side of it really now is the wages have gone through the roof.
So if I want to change career and I want to become a truck driver now, what would you recommend to me?
You get on the plane today and start tomorrow.
All right, how long would my training take?
I'm going to say at least 10 to 12 weeks. And within 3 months it'll be January and we've got this problem for Christmas now. I told my missus this morning Christmas is cancelled and she's not getting any presents.
So continue to look into the future, Stuart. What would you like to see improve and change?
Conditions, I think, will make a massive difference to people currently in the industry and looking to join the industry. Facilities will be a great thing for the UK industry. Every haulier like us can play their part by maybe having their facilities improved or created if there isn't any. And back in May, it was amazing how the customers came on to us. What can we do with you to ensure that we can get our goods moved? For the first time ever with some customers, we even have to say to them on the weekends, we can't do that job. Whereas before you had to do it, it's like, we just can't do it. Please tell the customers come in Monday. And they did it.
Okay, so if I hear you right, these things have improved. It's more human-centered, pay is better, and better collaboration between you and the drivers and also between you and your customers and better understanding, right? So actually, it sounds like a lot is going quite well. How can MAN support you and your drivers?
Speaking from me and from our company in Avonmouth, MAN Avonmouth is who I have the relationship with. I know a lot of people in Swindon, a lot of good people. We've been back with them full time now for nearly 3 years because the service they give is great. It's because of how MAN have been for the last 5 years that we've come back to MAN, fallen back in love with them again, and now we're seriously working with your company. Thanks
for your time, Stuart. It's been a pleasure to talk to you and thank you for being part of MAN QuickStop.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye. So now I'm going to meet Demetrio from MAN and he's going to tell me all about the latest innovations. Ciao, Demetrio.
Ciao, Tanya.
Lovely to have you here. I'm curious, what do you do at MAN?
I'm product owner in the digital product team, responsible for the creation of digital solutions for our customers, such as the MAN Driver app.
Okay, I'm curious to hear more about that. We're standing here though in front of the TGX, fantastic truck. How does MAN support fleet managers and truck drivers on a daily basis with, for example, the TG generation?
With the new truck generation, we improved the cabin for driver comfort and safety. The truck generation is safer and more reliable than ever.
Okay, so if you want to go into more depth about the TG, the new truck generation, take a look at the QuickStop episodes 4 and 6. Demetrio, back to you. How does MAN support truck drivers and fleet managers with other solutions?
On the digital area, for example, with fleet management, with vehicle availability and maintenance, as well as vehicle digitalization.
Okay, let's take a day in the life of a truck driver. How does digitalization help me on a daily basis?
The MAN Driver app helps the driver in daily challenges. It's a kind of digital extension of the truck in driver's pocket.
Okay, so for today, I'm going to be a truck driver and we'll take a typical day in a truck driver's life and you'll show me how the MAN Drivers app works to help me in my daily tasks.
Absolutely, let's go.
So Demetrio, for today I'm a truck driver and I want to know where can I download the MAN Drivers app?
The drivers can download the app for free for iOS and Android, and it's available in 26 languages.
26 different languages. That's incredibly complex. Why did you come up with that idea?
So we want to ensure that every driver can use the app in his own language.
Fantastic, that's really practical. So it's 4 a.m. in the morning, typical start of the day, it's dark, I'm really tired. What's the first thing a driver has to do?
Before starting a trip, it's essential to check that the truck is in safe and roadworthy condition. So we go around the truck and check that everything is in perfect condition.
So Demetrio, now we get to the tire. How does the app help me to check the tire?
Yeah, you can look at the app. This is the list of items that I need to check. Then I go to the wheels. I see, for example, that the tire is a bit worn out. I will select the position of the tire. I can take even a picture. If I want, I can even add the description, and this would be sent together with the credit card to check report to my fleet manager.
So that's a great support for me as a driver, a lot less paperwork, right? And also a great support for the fleet managers. What else can the app help me to do?
You want to go to a MAN service station, you don't know where the next service station is. You can find a MAN service very easily here. You will see it on the map. You see opening hours and also the phone number. You can directly call. Or in the unlikely case that there is really a breakdown, you can directly call Mobile 24, our breakdown service.
Okay, so for today, Demetrio, let's say everything was fine with the check. We're ready for our journey. We're going to get in the truck. Andiamo, Demetrio.
Yeah, thank you.
So I've just got into the truck. How else can the MAN Driver app help me? What other functions are there?
For example, a neat feature is the scan functionality, the button scan functionality. Pick a button.
How about that one?
Yes. You just go with the app, with the camera on the button, and the app will literally tell you what is that.
Man easy start.
And if you want, you can also directly read the manual entry for this.
And it's really important, isn't it, to plan enough stops, for example, so I don't get too tired, and also to stick to regulations. How does the MAN Driver app help me with planning my journey and the stops?
So in connection with the Rio box that is available in most of the trucks, the driver can review his current driving times and plan his stops accordingly.
Okay, so Demetrio, I want to reduce my fuel consumption. What are the sort of things that I need to focus on as a driver?
The driver gets a lot of information about his driving style. For example, if you look at how he's accelerating or how he's braking, if he's using the cruise control, these are all factors that are extremely important for the driving efficiency.
Tell me about the rating. How does that work with the drivers?
The drivers love it because they see, they can really see the driving styles in numbers. This can help them really become a better driver.
So it's sort of like a competition for drivers.
Yes, I know that also drivers are also proud to achieve certain numbers, and then they will also show to other drivers and friends.
And how does this then help the fleet manager with his operations?
Efficiency is really essential for fleet managers, because better efficiency means also much lower cost of ownership, cost of operations. It means also cost reduction for the fleet.
Hey, that sounds like so much fun. I'd like to try out the app for a little bit longer, Demetrio. Have you tried the MAN Drivers app? Let us know in the comments below. Also, you said there's a feature for feedback within the Drivers app, isn't there? Okay, so that's something else that you can do. Let Demetrio know what you like about the MAN Drivers app. So, congratulations, Demetrio. There's some really fantastic features here on the app.
Thank you.
What further digital solutions does MAN have planned for the future?
In general, we are in constant contact with our customers and drivers and try to implement the features they need. Digital solutions are already an essential part of our products. Think about, for example, our proactive maintenance, MAN Service Care, or feature updates over the air, MAN Now.
Great, well, all the best for your future projects.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Dimitria. I talked to Hans-Peter before, a future mobility expert, and he told me about the changes we can expect in the transport industry over the next few years. Check it out. Hans-Peter, great to have you here at QuickStop with us.
Good morning, Tanya. Good to be here.
So you are a mobility expert. How do you get to be a mobility expert?
1995, I did a research study on the future of mobility. I traveled through European countries and really looked on how mobility is going to evolve. After that, I spent over 20 years in the automotive industry in different roles, mostly dealing with customers. And then I decided to become independent and to shape the future of the industry from an independent outside view.
I can imagine it's difficult to look far into the future, but let's just say the next few years. How do you see the future of transport evolving to 2025, let's say?
First of all, there will be more qualitative growth in the transport and cargo sector and a stronger focus on sustainable and more efficient transport. There are three incidents which really put the focus on the transport sector. One is COVID. The second one was the blockade of the Suez Canal. And the third one is the shortage of truck drivers. And those three incidents helped us to show how important transport is for our economic system, to keep it alive. And the second one is also for our quality of life, so that we really see how important it is to deliver the goods we need, and that truck drivers are really essential to maintain the system.
But what would you like to see personally happening in mobility over the next few years?
I think the transformation of the transport and cargo industry needs to speed up. There's a lot of potential, and there are two main drivers. So one is sustainability, so we need battery electric vehicles, we need hydrogen, so we need a choice in the future. And the second one is digitalization. And digitalization is going to help to make the whole sector, the whole business, more efficient and more user-centered. So I see a bright future if we really now take up speed in the transformation of the whole industry.
And we've got a great example from MAN with the MAN Drivers app coming today, helping drivers in their everyday life with digitalization. So we've seen examples like the MAN Drivers app in digitalization. What other examples of digitalization can you see helping drivers in their everyday life?
I think the app is the gravity center which connects the driver and his truck and cargo and surrounding. Other examples are like predictive maintenance and updates over the air. Other trends will be that drivers are going to be more connected with each other. They can talk about their jobs, they can help each other. This connectivity of everything, I think, is definitely key. Also, digitalization can help with artificial intelligence to do the load distribution more efficient. There are figures like up to 30-35% could be improved by better capacity planning.
Is the truck industry on the whole a bit slow to take up innovations that are already happening in the automotive industry?
The tension gets higher and higher. And we see now faster transfers from the automotive industry in the truck cabin. So this is really speeding up. And for me, in the future, it might more look like the cabin of an airplane. Mm-hmm. So that's, I think, how the future could be like. The driver's in the center. Mm-hmm. It's all around the driver, around the human, but he has a lot of assistance, a lot of help, a lot of digital apps and tools which really help him to make the job better, more comfortable, more safe, and more sustainable.
So Hans-Peter, you've given me some really exciting examples of digitalization, which is a bit sort of further down the road. How can we get truck drivers excited about digitalization for their everyday life now? How can it help them to have a more comfortable and safer experience?
From my experience, the only way is really to listen to their needs, and it's the best way to involve them in the development of those innovations, to really see what do they need. The other thing is to really show how those digital assistants can help to improve their personal safety and to make their everyday job easier.
It's been fascinating to talk to you. Thank you so much, Hans-Peter.
Thank you, Tanner. It was a pleasure.
I found the day really inspiring because the role of truck drivers is actually being valued and wages have gone up. Of course, a truck driver's day is still really hard, but thankfully, MAN has spacious and comfortable trucks with the new MAN truck generation and also innovative digital solutions like the MAN Drivers app. This helps with everyday tasks like checks and regulations, and it also really inspires truck drivers to achieve their best driving style. And that in turn reduces fuel consumption. And that's also really good news for haulage companies and also reduces CO2 emissions. I'm looking forward to the future of MAN digital solutions for the transport industry. What are your thoughts and experiences? We'd love to hear from you, so tell us in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode of MAN QuickStop, hit the subscribe button and we'll be friends forever.